Namaskar. Hello and welcome to 𝗣𝗚𝘂𝘁𝑆 channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Joining me is Sriram Seshadri ji. We should have done this thing last night at 8 p.m. but Sriram ji had another commitment, so we could not bring this program yesterday. But we are playing catch up today, and we have got some sensational stuff coming your way. First of all, the 5-state poll outcomes. What does it mean for the Indie Alliance? That's one. Second of all, we're going to talk about the IT cases that are coming up in Supreme Court, filed by both Aam Aadmi Party and the Indian National Congress. What is so objectionable about having the case transferred from one particular income tax circle to another particular income tax circle? Why is that such a big deal that it should go to the Supreme Court? So we have this and a few more announcements. I'll do that thing in the middle of the program. But first, like this video. If you have not subscribed to our channel, do subscribe to our channel. So here comes Sriram Seshadri ji. Sriram ji, namaskar. Welcome to 𝗣𝗚𝘂𝘁𝘆 channel.
Sir, namaskar and namaskar to all our viewers.
Sir, you know, every time we get you on our program, we always also remember Jai Shri Ram, sir. So we are always remembering Sriram ji also. So first off, the 5-state elections looks like there could be a couple of surprises. I mean, exit polls are showing something is possible. This maybe people have got something, but you have got a little bit more reasoning behind why these surprises may not be that surprises. Also, possibly a missed opportunity for BJP in one state. All this and more. Take it away, sir.
Thank you, Ji. Dear viewers, I think the elections got over in the 5 states on November 30th. Mizoram is the least sensational as of now. Nothing to demean Mizoram election, but it's least sensational because whichever party wins will be a part of NDA is my assessment. That is why it has become not very sensational. And it contributes to national politics with 1 or 2 seats. So that is why not many poll agencies are very interested in that. But it is a very important state in Northeast, and especially after this Manipur incidences and Supreme Court in fact going in favor of the government in the recent discussions and decisions that was announced last week. This is very, very significant state in the Northeast, and hence it is a very important state. But leaving that, we are going to concentrate on the remaining 4 states very quickly. I'll start with Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh had always been, someone talked to me about this 6 months back. I said it's a Congress government. Congress is coming back to power, and BJP doesn't have any foothold in, or rather, BJP is not going to win in Chhattisgarh, and hence it is a repeat of Congress regime in Chhattisgarh. And Baghel is a very popular CM too as of now. The 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗏 App, I'm not going to take any significance of that because, for some reason in India, people have been numbed to the corruption or sort of these money laundering issues, and then it doesn't affect the electoral, defeat or victory. In my humble opinion, I've seen this in multiple elections, except the Bofors case when it toppled Rajiv Gandhi, because that time his own finance minister VP Singh came out and then revealed. So that was a bit of a shocker. But other than that, corruption cases are not a election winner or election loser, in my opinion. But what has BJP done differently is, in August itself, they announced several of the, out of 90 seats, I think 20 plus candidates they announced in August itself. Especially, they divided that into 3 categories: A, B, C. A, always we have won in last 2-3 elections. B, possibility to win. C, BJP has lost the election in 2 or 3 past elections. So they announced the candidates and they worked very hard. Of course, there are a lot of other schemes, their manifesto, party machinery is working very hard. Turned around what happened in 2018. 2018, BJP got about 33% vote share and then 15 seats out of 90. Maybe one of the reasons was Raman Singh, even though he was also a popular CM for 15 years, people got fatigued by the anti-incumbency factor set in, fatigued by Raman Singh's 15-year rule. So they voted for a change to Congress. Anyway, anytime when someone votes for change for a Congress and then Congress disappoints them, definitely that's been the history for the last 30-40 years at least. So this time, again, people have, this expected that BJP will regain its last vote share of 8-9% and then touch about 41 to 42%. Congress peaked its vote share of 43 in 2018. They will never be able to cross that 43% in Chhattisgarh because they don't have an organization base. So they dropped down by 1 or 2%. So there is a percentage gap in the vote share in a smaller states like Chhattisgarh, 90 seats, and each one of the constituency, the victory margin may range from 500 to 2,000. Almost half of the constituencies will be won with the 500 to 2,000 victory, margin of victory. So it's anybody's game. Say, for example, Baghel and forgot the name, the deputy CM, will get a
Singh
seven. Singh Dev.
Dev.
Thank you. Yeah, Singh. So they get about 70 to 70, 65 to 70% vote in their constituency, which means the average will drop to then 38% for Congress. So it becomes anybody's game unless they are spread across the entire state. So my very realistic opinion from the exit poll data, as well as from my own assessment, my partner in crime, JVC, who also appeared in the P Gurus about various 5 state election discussions. There is a winning elections organization we both formed together, and he visited Chhattisgarh and got a ground report. So all these put together, there is a possibility of BJP government return with a 47 to 48 seats of victory. But if you go very conservative, then it is about 42 to 43. So then it is anybody's game because there are going to be 5, 6 independent MLAs and BSP or someone, and hence BJP will be able to woo them and then form the government. So either way, if BJP crosses 40, 41 seats, then it is a BJP government in Chhattisgarh. Even though, unless and otherwise, Congress crosses 45 on its own. If Congress is lagging behind by 1 or 2, and BJP also lagging behind by 1 or 2, then it is BJP's government in Chhattisgarh. So that is where so close I put my credibility, I peg my credibility and then claim that it is going to be 47, 48 seats for BJP from the data that it has been collected. So now let's go to Rajasthan very quickly. Rajasthan, there are several anti-incumbency factors for the Congress. Infight, significant amount of infight to the extent that Sachin Pilot was doing an agitation against their own government, 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙪 government, until 6 months back. So significant restlessness amongst the party cadres. And of course, Sachin Pilot is a very strong leader in Rajasthan. And then 2018 election victory was, only because of Sachin Pilot in Rajasthan. But the chief ministership was awarded to 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙪 by the Gandhi Parivar, and Sachin Pilot for some reason did not retaliate like by quitting, but of course he accepted the deputy CM post and all those, but retained the party presidentship there. But this time around, if that Sachin Pilot was determined to become the CM, and then of course the infights. But on the contrary, the anti-incumbency factor, because Rajasthan has last 35 years voted Congress, BJP from 1998 onward, they've just voted back and forth, back and forth. 2013, BJP won with a thumping majority of 165. That is their highest number. This time around, without Vasundhara Raje as the CM face, BJP believes that they will be able to cross about 135, 140 mark. From the data, except Axis poll, which gives a hung assembly or a very close call of victory with an edge to BJP, but every other pollster is pegging at about 120 to 140 seats. My personal prediction is the lowest that BJP can get is 130, and the highest anybody's imagination, because one of the BJP stronghold leader I spoke to told me that it may be a repeat of Gujarat. The why I use the Gujarat model, because Gujarat last election, Gujarat BJP won 150 plus, I think 154 if I'm not wrong. That's their highest ever. So Rajasthan feels that Rajasthan BJP may cross that similar number of 165 plus. I doubt it. Without Vasundhara Raje, 165 is not possible. But 140, 130 is a reasonable number in my opinion. But any more seats above 130 possibility exists. So which means that leaves there are 199 seats in Rajasthan. So which means 100 is the mark for anybody to win, and Congress would be left with 60 to 65 seats maximum. Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh, like Chhattisgarh, if 4 5 months or 6 months back, it was a 50-50 chance when we did assessment. But as we are nearing to the election, it turned out to be positive for BJP. In 2018, BJP got 41%, Congress got 40% vote share, but the BJP got 109 seats, and then Congress got 114. Out of 230, 115 is a halfway mark. So Congress formed the government with BSP support in Madhya Pradesh, and later on they acquired the BSP MLAs also to be in the majority. What worked against Sriram Seshadri in 2018 was there was a shooting against an agitation in Manasar area where some agitators died, and then that was a negative impact. Yes, sir.
Is it Manesar or Mansar?
Mansur, sorry, Mansur.
So Mansar is
Mansur.
where opium is officially grown for pharma reasons, for
Yeah.
pharmaceutical. This is a very rich crop, basically opium, and there's very controlled growth there, and there are always fights. So something went wrong. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Then Jyotiraditya Scindia was alternate option for Congress CM position. In fact, people voted in favor of Jyotiraditya Scindia, not in favor of Kamal Nath. So that they had an option. Of course, 15 years of anti-incumbency Shivraj Singh Chauhan, like Raman Singh was facing in 2018. The three big problem. But in 2023, none of that exists. Jyotiraditya Scindia is with BJP, and hence that clamor of Jyotiraditya Scindia for Congress is lost. And the anti-incumbency factor, the fatigue still exists because about 19 years of power. Almost we can say 20 years, because the in-between Kamal Nath ruled for 1 year, but 20 years of continuous power. So that is where that fatigue definitely exists. But what people do not want is another Kamal Nath regime, because this time if Congress wins, it is going to be a Kamal Nath regime. There is no alternate of Jyotiraditya Scindia. Otherwise, Digvijay Singh. Both are equal. So they don't want to repeat of Kamal Nath regime, because what they saw during 2018 was Kamal Nath and Digvijay Singh or Congress had a tacit understanding with the Muslim community, saying that they will do all the favors for Muslim community for if Congress comes to power, and they did. People did suffer because of this, turning a blind eye towards some of these, Muslim atrocities or favoritism. Let me use that word, favoritism exercised and towards, the minority community in Madhya Pradesh, and the majority counter polarization, reverse polarization started happening because of that. And of course, administration was pathetic. And what Shivraj Singh Chauhan managed to gain in 15 years, within 1 year, Kamal Nath managed to collapse all those developmental activities, everything. So people do not want again Congress to come back to power. And of course, some of the schemes that Shivraj Singh Chauhan rolled out in the last 1 year for some of the benefits to women voters and all, that turned out to be a significant popularity. In 2018, people came out for vote for a change, and this time people did turn up. 3 percentage point additional voter turnout happened, but this time it was not vote for a change. It was vote to sustain the government. So BJP may win about 140, 150 seats. Until last 10, 15 days, my assessment was whichever party wins, they will win with a 120, 125 seats, but clear majority. Nothing like last time that, there was a possibility of switchovers and all. But this time was a clear majority. But edge was, my assessment was BJP had an edge. But now the exit polls, including Axis, says very clearly it is not just an edge; it is a significant, victory for with a 140 seats out of 230 in Madhya Pradesh. These three states are very, very important because these three states put together, along with Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, has about this. These three states has about 65 constituencies, along with Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. If you take that Bimaru region, when we talk about the Bimaru region, is Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand. The Bimaru region put together dominates about 220 seats, and and it is Uttar Pradesh BJP is in strongest. This 2024, it is expected that they will beat their 2014 record of 73 seats victory. They will cross 73 seats out of 80 seats is what expected. And Bihar, once again, it's a tough fight, and then BJP will probably gain 70 to 80% of seats, even against Nitish Kumar and Lalu Yadav put together. So, and all these other 65 states that we are talking about, it may probably entire 100 percentage conversion rate, because Rajasthan they won 100 percentage, Chhattisgarh they won 100 percentage, near 100. I think one seat they lost in 2019, but otherwise every other seat was with BJP. Chhattisgarh was the only in Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh was the only place where it was a 50-50. So there they may increase the tally too. So when you talk about out of 220 seats, if BJP crosses 200 there, another 72 in Maharashtra, Gujarat, Karnataka, West Bengal is a easy cakewalk. So that is
Odisha
what it
too.
lays. Sorry?
Odisha too.
Odisha, of course, Odisha too. Odisha, Biju Patnaik, even though there, but it is, out of 22, I think 22 seats, if I'm not wrong. At least BJP will get about 10 plus seats there. So all put together, crossing 303 that they got in 2019, there is a possibility to cross that also, which means it lays a very strong foundation for BJP. Before we talk about what will happen to India Alliance, we'll just look at Telangana. Telangana could have been a much more difficult state for anybody to come to power had BJP not entered into a adjustment politics with BRS. Bandi Sanjay, who didn't favor anybody to come into the party, and then a compromise formula was arrived at, and then Kishan Reddy was made the BJP president about 6 or 7 months before the election. And what happened was, there was a mood of the people, especially in the northern districts and the Hyderabad region, about 65 seats. There was a mood that was created. Of course, BJP doesn't have much presence. I wouldn't say they don't have a presence, or much presence in about 45 to 50 seats. Telangana has about 119 seats. And there was a people mood change to vote for a change against BRS, because anti-incumbency, corruption, fatigue, and anger, everything. And they didn't want Congress either. So they were willing to vote for BJP. BJP could have increased their vote share. They could have won about 25 to 35 seats, anywhere between that. But only obsession BJP had was Congress should not come to power in Telangana, and hence do an adjustment politics with BRS. That is backfiring like anything on them, which means, because of that adjustment politics, Congress may come to power in Telangana. I'm saying using the word may, because Congress has a very strong presence in 70 odd seats. 60 is a halfway mark, 50, because 119, 60 is a halfway mark majority. Hence, Congress has to have near 90 percentage conversion rate if they want to win the election and then form the government, which is not reality. And there are about 8 seats where AMIM will sweep, because that's the only place there. Because there are about 45 to 55 percentage Muslim voters, and AMIM will get 7 seats guaranteed. The 8 seats probably BJP will get, because there is a big tough fight there. But all put together, If BJP lowest expectation is about 4 to 6 seats, then BRS has an edge to form the government. If BJP crosses and peaks to a 12 to 15 seats tally or even more, as BJP increases its tally, it's going to be an hung assembly. I do not see that Congress crossing a 60 to 65 as claimed by many pollsters. I'm still not convinced, because even most of these pollsters and many people in Telangana tells me that KCR is contesting 2 seats and uh,
Revanth Reddy.
Revanth Reddy, Congress president, contesting in 2 seats. They will lose one each. Each one of them will lose one of their constituency where they are contesting to BJP. So, which means there is a strong foundation. It's a big lost opportunity for BJP to have another state, penetrate another southern state. And it is a huge opportunity for Congress narrative that they are the stronghold in southern states. But they may get a solace out of it, because southern states put together don't have more than 100 parliamentary constituencies. All the 5 states put together, if I don't include Odisha, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry, Kerala, and Karnataka put together about 100 seats or less than 100 seats put together. So Congress can claim a solace on that, but they are going to fight the strong regional parties in these southern states, except Kerala and Karnataka. Kerala, the fight is between Congress and
CPIM alliance and Congress alliance.
yeah,
Yeah.
alliance, and Karnataka it is BJP and Congress. Of course, JDS is now aligned with BJP, which means BJP will sweep all the 28 seats in at least 26 to 27 out of 28 seats in Karnataka in 2024 election, which means they need some presence. They need existential crisis is there for Congress, because wherever they are head on with BJP, like Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, I wouldn't say head on because they are not there, and Gujarat, Karnataka, BJP has a very strong advantage. And whereas where they are have to align with the regional parties or face the regional parties head on, then they lose out on that. So they have no other choice but to align. Like in Maharashtra, I don't know, Uttar Pradesh, Samajwadi Party will not even consider, because in MP election, Madhya Pradesh Congress did not even want to consider Samajwadi Party as their ally. And Punjab, of course, Aam Aadmi Party will have a upper hand. West Bengal, Mamata will have an upper hand. Andhra Pradesh, YSRCP, Jagan Reddy will have an upper hand. BRS, once again, is going to lose out or play a spoil sport in 2024 election. They may do a reverse appeasement or adjustment politics with BJP, if they come to power, or if they are in a coalition, government. So in Tamil Nadu, without the blessings of DMK or ADMK, Congress is nowhere. So looking at that, Congress is looking at an existential crisis. They may call UPA, Dot Alliance, India Alliance, whatever it is. They are facing an existential crisis in Tamil Nadu, so in India, and that is exactly what BJP has been saying. Congress Mukta Bharat. And let's come to the impact of this 5-state election in 2024. I talked about in the Hindi heartland about 220 seats around. BJP has a stronghold. Maybe in Uttar Pradesh, Samajwadi Party may give a tough fight, but BJP is determined to cross their 73 mark this time. So there is a possibility, and huge possibility, that they will cross as of today, but it may change in the next 3-4 months, especially with the outcome of this 5-state election. Uttar Pradesh voters also will favor BJP, so that the strong government is formed in Delhi. So route to Delhi is always through Lucknow in electoral politics. So that is once again getting established here. And let's talk about what is the impact of it in the southern India. BRS will probably align with BJP or do an adjustment politics with BJP in 2024. YSRCP already is in alliance in a tacit understanding with Modi. So maybe BJP may not join as an alliance partner, but Jagan Reddy will be able to almost get a sweeping or work with BJP to allow BJP to get about 3-4 seats. Chandrababu Naidu is also facing an existential crisis, especially with the case and then arrest that he is going through. There is no public sympathy on him. So Karnataka, we talked about it. Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is going to be a very interesting state. Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu are going to be a very interesting state for Congress because with Fadnavis and Shinde and NCP joining together to fight the election in Maharashtra, the Mahavikas Agadi, the portions left over of Shiv Sena, left over of NCP and Congress, don't have a chance to beat them in that 40 plus 44 seat state. So naturally, there's going to be a sweep expected to sweep in Maharashtra, unless otherwise Sharad Pawar comes up with a last minute ploy of pulling back, his nephew from the government and all those things, which I don't see that is going to happen unless otherwise Sharad Pawar has a much stake to win. He will not do it. Even in fact, he may go back and then consolidate NCP, leaving Uddhav Thackeray and Congress in the lurch, closer to the election. Tamil Nadu. Once again, Congress, we talked about, without DMK or ADMK blessings, they cannot win any seat here in Tamil Nadu. About 8% vote share they may have. BJP is gaining a momentum significantly. We expect that BJP will cross about 18 to 20% vote share with their alliance partners. But the 5-state election is going to have a deep impact in Tamil Nadu for BJP as well as Congress. The victory. So one assumption, one scenario: if 3 states are won by BJP and Congress not able to form a government in Telangana, which means Congress will be on a very back foot. DMK will offer them 3-4 seats or 5 seats maximum. ADMK will equally offer about 6-7 seats to them if they want to jump the camp. And Congress will have existential crisis then, because even if they are given 3-4 seats or 5 seats in DMK probably will not be interested in reviving Congress. And instead, they may have a tacit understanding with other parties, including BJP. So to dump Congress from because DMK is facing several scams and ED raids, ED cases. They may try to appease BJP if BJP sweeps this Hindi heartland in 5-state election. Contrary, if Congress retains Chhattisgarh and loses very marginally in Rajasthan, and of course loses marginally in Madhya Pradesh, but gains power in Telangana, then they will have an upper hand. The moment Congress is, sees a victory somewhere, they'll gain upper hand. They'll demand 15 seats from either party. That point in time, ADMK also will be willing to give them a larger number of seats because they want to, fight against BJP. But if BJP wins all the seats, I think I hear already there is some sort of an emissary that has been sent to, patch up the relationship with BJP by Edappadi scam. But I don't think as long as Annamalai is the leader of BJP in Tamil Nadu, Annamalai will not allow this alliance to continue. Already, Tamil Nadu BJP has announced 39, people responsible for each one of the constituency. They have given them the clear task to identify and start working on the election preparations. They already announced that. So they are in the election mode. I don't think Annamalai will back out. Of course, PMK will come on board and, other parties may come on board. But the election in charge will remain, BJP's election in charge will remain even in those constituencies. So what happens if Congress gains momentum? Then Congress will start bargaining a lot in Tamil Nadu. In that process, they may lose a winnability from Tamil Nadu because DMK is going to dump them if that strong negotiation happens. So Congress is just praying and then holding on to the very, very thin wire, that praying very hard that they need to, their existential crisis will be written on top on the 5-state election result. They don't have to wait till the 2024. Imagine Madhya Pradesh, 4th time, and Shivraj Singh Chauhan forms the government, Kamal Nath will have no political future. Congress doesn't have, other than Digvijay Singh, doesn't have any named leader that who can revive the party. So, in Madhya Pradesh, Congress is wiped once and for all. They will just be existing there, and most of the Congress second-rung leaders will start jumping camp into to BJP or with SP also maybe, but they may not be willing to stay with Congress any longer because there is no future for them. So I think five state election, while everybody said that it is a semi-final to 2024, my point of view is the five state election is also a olive
Elimination
branch
round.
for elimination or olive branch for Congress survival in not only 2024 for much longer. I think that is where I see this five state election results going towards Sree Iyer.
Thank you so much, sir. You take a sip of water because I have one set of announcements to make. So kindly
Sure.
take a break, sir. Viewers, right now we have about 445,000 followers. On this particular program, only about 1,000 of you are watching. And that means 443,000 of you, some of you probably got the notification, some of you are still getting the notification, and some of you are busy. You can't watch it now because you're doing something else. What we have done is we have found an easy way for you to take a look at the most popular videos in the recent past. Like, for example, the last 1 week, what are the videos that crossed 100,000 views? So when you go back and if you want to look at it, you would have to go back to YouTube account of 𝗣𝗂𝘅. That is, go to youtube.com, then search on 𝗣𝗂𝘅, go to the 𝗣𝗂𝘅 channel, and then start looking at it. Then there's a lot of videos. We are putting out 4 videos a day. So there's a lot of videos to go through before you say, okay, I like this one, I want to watch. So we wanted to make this process a little bit easier. So what we have done is go to 𝗣𝗂𝘅.com. That is our website. You do that and scroll down a little bit, you will see this moving circle slowly moving. It's called super videos. Each of those videos are at least 100,000 views old. They have already had 100,000 views. So it might be useful for you to say, what is so special about these videos that 100,000, 150,000, sometimes even 200,000 people watched it? Therefore, if you just go and click on one video, see what happens. We are going to click on one of the videos and you can see how it will open a... Can you click on a video, please? There you go. So we clicked one video and it's going to open that video for us as soon as this ad finishes. There you go. So you get it, right? Such an easy process. At least you get to see the most popular videos that were viewed by all the subscribers on 𝗣𝗂𝘅's platform. So we thought we'll give you this feature. This is available in both smartphones as well as on laptops and desktops. It's also available on iPhones and Android. So hopefully you will reward us by watching these videos even more, and hopefully you will also like this video. It is our endeavor to try and get you things that are unique, that will enhance your productivity and also make it an enjoyable experience. I hope you support us. I hope you like this idea of ours. So please do weigh in by way of comments. And now let's go back to Sriram Seshadri ji, where we talk about the National Herald case. Sriram ji, over to you. This National Herald case, if I understand it correctly, sir, both Congress and Aam Aadmi Party are opposing the fact that the dues have come to a particular office of income tax, so a central circle. What is so bad about it? I don't understand. One IT officer, another IT officer. What's the difference?
So let's just take a little bit of backseat for people to understand what is this case. Why Aam Aadmi Party and Congress also is linked to that. See, in the National Herald case, which Subramanian Swamy brought to the legal proceedings in 2012, but what happens is the Associated Journals, which was formed during the with 5,000 freedom fighters and Jawaharlal Nehru and leaders like that, with a 5 lakh of capital, with a I think 2,000 members or 5,000 members holding on to somewhere around 3 lakh worth of share capital, and then remaining as a preference share capital. So they were been functioning till 2008 perfectly, and they had a lot of land which was given by the central government at that point in time to run this National Herald newspaper. And it also had a Hindi version of it, but predominantly National Herald as a newspaper started by the freedom fighters. The land was donated by the government for the functioning of the newspaper. And of course, now they have let out this Herald Bhavan for various commercial agencies, but that was not the intent of granting the land for associated journals. In 2008, they started incurring loss, and they borrowed money before that. 90 lakh worth of money was borrowed from Congress government, Congress party, to meet some of these losses. That is where the plot starts. Congress, Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi eyes at 2,000 crore worth of property being held by National Herald or Associated Journals. They started to grab this land from Associated Journals through probably a mechanism or a route hatched by Mr. P. Chidambaram. He probably is very good at doing all these conspiracy hatching. So what happened is Rahul Gandhi, there is a company floated by name Young India with Rahul Gandhi as a director, and then Sonia Gandhi also joins board. And because National Herald Associated Journals could not pay back this loan, interest-free loan of 90 or 90.12 lakhs or something, borrowed from Congress party, Congress party assigns this loan to Young India Limited. Young India is not a NGO; it is a company listed for commercial purposes with a 5 lakh of capital. And Young India Limited borrows, gets some money from one agency, one person from Calcutta. They just get a grant of or borrow 1 crore of rupees, where the money trail is there. Sorry, sir, I forgot the person. You can remind me of the
Merchandise. 𝗏𝗏𝗃
𝗏𝗏𝗃
merchandise.
Yeah, 𝗏𝗏𝗃 merchandise.
Believed to have links with the 𝗏𝗏𝗃. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you for. So they gave 1 crore rupees
Sir,
to.
I wrote the books and I should know.
Right. And 50 lakh was paid to Congress party to get the assignment of 90 lakh loan. And Associated Journals in 2009-10 timeframes, without informing their existing shareholders, issues share capital of about 90%, 91% of their share capital to Young India Limited, which means transferring the entire property, a company, by further issuing share capital, I think 30 lakh worth of share capital, and then transferring that entire 30 lakh shares to Young India company. By this backdoor entry, Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi bought the property, bought 2,000 crores worth of property with just 5 lakhs investment. Just 5 lakhs investment.
It is land grab, sir.
It's a land grab. It's a fraud and land grab. And Subramanian Swamy initially brought this case to the court with saying that as a political party cannot lend money for any agency. That is the case.
First among many violations.
Exactly. First among many violations. And Congress party responded saying that it was only to promote the newspaper and without any commercial interest, and hence it is not a violation, etc. But the crux lies as, and imagine they have a 2,000 crores worth of property. They have a rental income far more than what they had to pay Congress party. All they could have done is taken a few cents of land that they have, sell it, and then repay the loan. But now we can understand the conspiracy of how Congress party, Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi together wanted to illegally grab this at a very cheap rate of just 5 lakh as investment. That 5 lakh also, I don't think so it would have come from their pocket. Someone would have donated that. So with a zero investment, they got a profit of 2,000 crores in 2010, 2011 time frames. And that is the crux of it. So lot of cases had been going on. Of course, thanks to Subramanian Swamy, Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi are, not arrested, and then they are in bail on the National Herald case. Yes, sir.
Sriramji, the amount that Congress was supposed to give was 90 crores.
Okay, 90 crores.
So the problem is, because like you said, Congress as a party cannot give money out to commercial companies. Clearly, they did not do it. So the actual books of Congress do not show this 90 crores going from Congress to somebody else. So that did not happen. Instead, what happened is, like you said, Dotex Merchandise gave 1 crore, of which they used half of that money, 50 lakhs, to buy up the entire AJL stock, and also, let go of all the existing shareholders of AJL who had bought their shares way back in 1931. One of them is Mr. 𝗏𝗏𝘅𝑗's grandfather.
Right.
Markandeya 𝗏𝗏𝘅𝗏's grandfather was one of the people. I mean, there are many luminaries like that. People who are freedom fighters, they all felt that there was National Herald, there was क़ौमी आवाज़, there was one other Hindi also, Navjeevan Times, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
So they, it was a grand idea that let's have our own newspaper, that sort of thing. And everything has been, just swahad without, and 2,000 is a very low estimate, Sriramji. It is 5,000 crores. Especially if you look at the areas that they have, whether it is Bhopal or Mumbai or Delhi, Panchkula, Lucknow, and these are still kind of, every one of them is a laundering experiment. By the way, as they came along, my book tells this thing in more detail. See, you said 90% was owned by the son and the mother, right? The remaining 10% also, they use some sort of a trust organization to buy up that. And even there, one of them is owned by Rahul Gandhi, the other one is owned by Priyanka Gandhi. So the daughter also gets pulled in. I don't know if Modi and Amit Shah are aware of the fact that you solve one problem, you put away the family for good. Done. One case. I'm amazed at, sometimes what has happened in this case is that the prosecution, which is the government, was slow walking the case. And that's very unfortunate. You could have easily let the law take its own course. And by this time, they would all be cooling their heels in Tihar.
Yeah, exactly.
And they could have taken lessons to learn how to make pizza. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So now, we also saw that ED attaching 721 crore worth of property of, Associated Journals, National Herald asserts, because they see there is a money laundering that has happened. Coming to the income tax case. So income tax case was, with respect to dates back to 2012, financial year. The Delhi government has authorized, because normally if the assessment is complete and then within 4 years you cannot reopen, but unless and otherwise there is a fraud that has been committed, which is unearthed through certain search and seizure operation, you cannot reopen the assessment. So when Income Tax Department reopened the assessment for 2012 financial year, Congress immediately objected. Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi objected to it, and then they went up to Supreme Court, and then Supreme Court also upheld that reopening of the case was valid. Why Aam Aadmi Party's case and Congress case, which were handled by normal circles, that is, each one of you based on the location and, being an individual, high net worth individual or a business, it is attached to one of the income tax circles. But the central circle gets a much more prominence, because central circle alone can central circle investigates only tax evasions. They don't do any assessment. They don't do any other operations. Central circle's job is only to catch the fraudsters who have done tax evasions. they can take over the investigation of any other circle at any point in time under, I think, 127 of Income Tax Act. I may be wrong on the section, but I think 127 of the Income Tax Act. They have the power to take over all the pending investigation, or in-flight, work in progress investigations in the any stage, and then start investigating on a tax evasion. And it is like an ED. Okay, in that case, it becomes like an ED. The moment there is a tax evasion comes out, then naturally ED will come again once again into that, because anything to do with the moment there is a tax evasion, then what happens is there is a tax, there is an income suppression. Income suppression means it is illegal, money gotten through illegal means. Money got through illegal means, crime money, then ED comes in. So there is a predicate offense on which ED, Enforcement Directorate, can come in. That is what bothers both Congress and as well as Aam Aadmi Party, because Aam Aadmi Party also has taken money from the same agencies, Dotex, merchandise from Calcutta. And then they returned it. It's a VSB case, right? Sendil Balaji case, they took the money and then returned back, and then thinking that, everything will be erased. No, Supreme Court very clearly held that a crime committed is committed. It cannot be reversed by, reversing the actions that you made at the time of commitment. So crime is a crime irrespective of whether you reached out of court settlement or not. So in this case, the central circle is responsible for investigating only tax evasions, and that is why everybody, including Gandhi family and the trust linked to that Gandhi family, Aam Aadmi Party, have challenged this transfer of case to central circle. And the Supreme Court has asked the central IT department to bring the relevant file on December 13th, which is the next date of hearing. And Gandhi family's case is not, related to that arms deal case, if I'm not wrong. Sanjay Bhandari's case related to the arms dealer Sanjay Bhandari case. And then they have been fighting this, that, Congress party doesn't have any other link with them, on the arms dealer. But this is what is the reason why they are opposing Sree Iyerji to, transferring of the case to, central circle. And the moment it goes to central circle, I think the predicate offense will come into play. Enforcement Directorate, with their highest power, can come in, and it can corner AAP as well as Congress party and the trust associated with it. Which means, the verdict may come out even just by within this month, or on that day itself, judgment could be reserved, and then it may come very soon. I think that is why both of them are rattled and agitated.
And viewers, a lot of this data is also provided in my book. This book talks about this case right from the 2012 days, when this whole saga started, and all the way up to 2022. Once this copies run out, we will make an updated version with all the latest data in. But right now, this has a lot of information. I'm not selling my book. I'm just telling you, if you really want to know, this book has it all. One book, you can be up to date of all the different crimes that have been committed, many of which have still not even come to the court. You think of it like trains leaving, at 10-minute intervals. A lot of things are there. And this could be like a reference benchmark for many other cases also. Remember, this is a criminal case. It's not a civil case. In other words, they can go to jail.
Yeah.
So the stock grab that they did, it's criminal. And I don't know, maybe this is why Chidambaram is being kept at an arm's length.
Precisely, yeah. He brought them, gave them the idea, probably.
Next, we can take some questions now. Kushanand Keshava wants to know, Sriram sir, how authentic are the exit polls? Karnataka polls proved wrong for BJP. Even if BJP gets more seats than Congress, will it be able to form government on its own? Who will be the next CM in MP?
Kushan and Ji, see, exit polls are psephological calculation. Authenticity comes from how you apply this. Definitely, exit polls have been wrong on many cases. Many cases, exit poll have gone wrong. Like you pointed out, Karnataka polls also proved wrong. Of course, Axis and Chanakya were right in Karnataka, and 12 more agencies which did that, were failed, including our own agency. We were on the ground, and until even on the last day of the election voting, we never got the vibe that there was a rebel voting by the Lingayat community in many places. So naturally, things may go wrong if you are taking a wrong sample. In fact, our samples are much more larger than any other polling agencies did. Normally, in a state election, they will take about 3,000 or 5,000 samples. We took about 20,000 plus samples. Even then, ours were wrong. So you could be deceived by the data. Maybe we had too many data also could deceive you, but more or less it will show the trend where it is intending towards on a more or less on many areas. And in MP, very specific question to Madhya Pradesh, I think Shivraj Singh Chauhan will be the chief minister to start with. Maybe after 2024 election is over, he may be moved to other role, and then Scindia, Jyotiraditya Scindia may come in, or some other leader will come in to start ruling the MP, because they don't want to risk 25th year of anti-incumbency. They will definitely want a new face. Shivraj Singh Chauhan either could be taken to the central leadership, or as a replacement for Nadda as a BJP president, or he could be nominated as a vice president whenever that comes up. So anything could happen, but definitely not governorship, because Shivraj Singh Chauhan will not go for lose his CMship for that position, especially when with a comfortable majority. So I'm sure that Chauhan will be replaced by Scindia or some other leader in maximum by about 2025 time frames. So start with he will be the CM.
Thank you, sir. Next question, please. Thank you, Amit Karnik, for becoming a member. You've been a member for 5 months now. CAA prior to 2024 elections, your thoughts? I think March 21st, 2024. He said that. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone said that in March they are going to bring the CAA rule and implement it. I think, my opinion, that may not have a big bearing on the election, because it's an emotional election. Of course, it will unite the minorities, especially the Muslim population will start fighting for it, and then because of that, the reverse polarization may happen. I think Modi will weigh the pros and cons. In my opinion, if at all he wants to do it post 2024, because this will be propagated. Even it will anger many of the majority community, that what were you doing for last 3 years. CAA was brought in 2021, even before Corona, and during just Corona broke out, and then after the lockdowns happened, people were agitating in Delhi. So what were you doing for last 2.5 years? They will look at it as an election gimmick, and in my opinion, I think they will not bring it in March. But we don't know. BJP will do its pros and cons. But my assessment is bringing that would be detrimental, so they will not do it in March.
We'll wait and see. Next one, please.
Yeah.
Prasanna Venkatesh wants to know, sir, some rumors about Congress sitting MLA Vijaya Dharani going to join in BJP with a little negotiation with Pon Radhakrishnan in Kanyakumari. What's your opinion on this?
Yeah, I too heard this rumor, and Vijay Dharani coming to BJP will strengthen BJP in that area. I have nothing against Vijay Dharani, and probably there is a candidate, Pon Radhakrishnan. If he's given Kanyakumari seat, BJP will lose it. Yeah, that is his, because he's not a popular leader in Kanyakumari. But BJP also weigh in. They may actually try to bring in a minority candidate in Kanyakumari with the blessings of the Hindu Parivar, and because there is a combination of Hindu and Christian combination, Christian Nadar and Hindu Nadar combination together. There are some candidates who are aspiring. they may actually evaluate that so that both the Hindutva and the minority Catholic minorities will vote for BJP in that area. So independently they can win. They'll counter because Kanyakumari is a Catholic dominated district and seat. Unless otherwise the whenever BJP is contesting alone and DMK and ADMK fighting against each other, BJP has always won. Wherever Congress is, if Congress also is four corner contest, BJP wins. But if Congress aligns with DMK, then Congress will win there. So that is what they will like to counter it with Vijaya Dharani. So it may happen.
Next question, please. Amit Karnik, thank you so much. With situation in Manipur, any impact on 2024 elections?
I think Manipur, whatever the fiasco created and the agitation that was created by the Indie Alliance or all these people before the parliament session started leaking of the video. Of course, those things happened, all these riots happened, not denying that. But with the Supreme Court monitored investigation and others, it is coming out very clear that it was external, the junta regime for supported agitation and riots, and then some of the cookie militants have been warned by the Supreme Court. So it actually turns out to be a better situation that BJP has handled it properly. The lot of militants have surrendered in the last week or 10 days time, and the returning to normalcy happens much more faster. So that will show that the Manipur may itself will be a turnaround, and more importantly, in the northeastern states, it will be a big impact that it will have towards BJP. I don't think Congress can or any other party can play politics on this anymore because Supreme Court is coming heavily on them.
Next question, please. Ruben Loganathan wants to know, what happened to the report by four-man crew who came to TN and gave the report to Nadda? Has it been filed in a cabinet and forgotten? Why no action on the report?
Ruben, it's a good question. When they came itself, I had my own reservation. What can they do? So it is on the arrest of BJPs and BJP Karyakartas and supporters. They don't have a jurisdiction. Only thing is, it is just to show the solidarity with them. I look at it as a solidarity with the people that, look, you are not going to be let alone. But one thing that had happened is BJP central leadership has given a consent or given a go-ahead to hire Supreme Court lawyers for these cases, which means BJP will bear the cost of these lawyers from Supreme Court lawyers. The reason is, when a Supreme Court lawyer comes to a high court or a magistrate court and then presents, then that itself gives a seriousness of the counsel and the judge opinion, or rather the opposition, the government counsel will be on a back foot always. So, because immediately this guy will take the case to the Supreme Court and then, bring the Supreme Court intervention. So that it will definitely help. I think to that extent it has helped. But beyond that, it is more of a confidence building measure to the Karyakartas and the supporters. And I don't think anything else is needed to happen out of that.
Next one, please. Venkatraman wants to know, be like, yes, I pierced the knife into the stomach, but I've also taken it out. How's that a crime?
That's exactly, Senthil Balaji did. And then High Court, unfortunately, High Court quashed that case. Senthil Balaji took the bribe from various people for jobs and, whoever did not get the job, he went and returned the money and then, asked them to withdraw the case. And then High Court agreed to that, approved that. And that was a laughing stock of the court proceedings and judiciary. And then Supreme Court thankfully interfered and then said, because some of the other affected party went to Supreme Court, and then thanks to Supreme Court interfering, they said reverse, not quashed that order by High Court, and then reversed the order, and then said case continues, allowed ED to do the investigation. You all know what happens. Senthil Balaji is not able to come out on bail or even on medical grounds. In fact, Justice Bela Trivedi said very clearly, these are not, like, bypass is like an appendicitis nowadays, right? And some of the other ailments they say, oh, you could take a medicine. I just Googled it, you could take a medicine. In fact, look at the way a lot of the DMK sympathizers and party men said, "Oh, this judge looks at the Google to give a verdict." But they failed to understand the sarcasm of the judge, saying that, "Look, I don't even have to ask for an expert opinion. The ground on which you are seeking the medical ground on which you are seeking the bail, all I need to do is just go to Google and then find that it is not a complicated situation. I don't need a AIMS doctor to come and investigate and give me a report." That was a statement made, but these people tried to twist it, saying that she looks at Google to give a judgment.
You must be having a lot of fun in all these Tamil debates, Sriramji, because the you see there is an X bar, medium level of comprehension of watchers. I've seen some of these debates. It's not that medium level to which the moderator tries to address it. He goes to the lowest level possible.
Right.
And
See,
it's total shallowness. It's a waste of time.
yeah, it is a shallowness. What happens, I do enjoy participating because my intention of participating is not to gain any fame, to give data points to the people. Okay, so I take data. So like this, if someone had argued, if I didn't attend the debate on this, if someone had argued, I would have definitely said, look at the ground on which you are going to the court, Supreme Court, and then arguing for a bail of a very sensitive case. At least grow up, man. Bring something which is very hard, right? So that court can send it to AIMS for a review, rather than the judge sitting there and then on her laptop googling to say that oh man, it's like a headache, and then for which you need a bail, right? That's a sarcasm by the judge, right?
Yes. Next one, please. So 2 more questions and we'll be done, sir.
Yeah.
Nikhil Verma wants to know when 370 and Gyanvapi Mandir judgment are coming.
I think 370 judgment will come in before 26th, 25th or 24th of December, because Justice Kaul, who was part of the bench, retires on December 26th, if I'm not wrong exact date, but somewhere in the last week of December. Definitely, judge. They close the arguments and then judgments reserved, which means they will deliver the judgment before Justice Kaul retires. Otherwise, then they need to reopen the bench, do the re-arguments and all. I think it will come in by end of that. Gyanvapi Mandir, I don't know. Yeah, it will keep prolonging for some more time. But 370 for sure we'll get it, and then from the proceedings of Articles 370 abrogation. And the way the judges questioned the counsels who are appearing for against the abrogation of Article 370, looks to me that constitutional validity of abrogation will be upheld by the Supreme Court. In fact, look at the cases that BJP government faced from 2014 till now. Significant cases. Aadhaar, just to talk about Aadhaar as a case, and GST, demonetization. Every case, every issue, initiative that they have brought in, every action they have taken has been, acid tested in Supreme Court, and then Supreme Court with a larger bench have come out clearly in support of the government actions, which means even including Ram Mandir. So, which means that whenever the government takes certain firm actions, they do their groundwork and then do it so that court cannot strike it down. I think that is the level of details this government has gone through, and that is very significant in my opinion, including Article 370.
Next question, please. Pranesh Rangarajan wants to know, is Mizoram election polls a result of Manipur conflict? Your thoughts, please. Can't we expect national parties to come to power?
I say Mizoram election polls, probably Manipur conflict may not have a major impact in my opinion. But it is a very important northeastern state, especially at the backdrop of Manipur conflict that has happened. Then it is a very, important election. Unfortunately, in the northeastern states, especially the smaller states like Mizoram, Manipur, Nagaland, the regional parties are very strong. So national parties, because Congress also ignored the northeastern states for more than 50, 60 years. Only after 2014, northeastern states got economic prominence and political prominence also. So I think, BJP or any national party to come to power, it is going to be difficult. Second biggest challenge is, it is a minority strong. I think 90% minority majority states. Christian conversion happened significantly, and then Christian population stayed, which means that they may be amenable to Congress if they had done something good for them, but may not be amenable to BJP at this point in. But they are changing. They are changing. It will take some time.
Next one, please. Arvind Gopalan wants to know, what are the implications of TN police storming Shastri Bhavan?
Shastri Bhavan or the ED, office.
Right,
See,
right.
you can't, see, the question is, does Tamil Nadu DVSC has power to investigate or, catch or arrest someone from the central agency who has been taking a bribe? Yes. But the question is, did this person, Ankit Tiwari, definitely took bribe? Because they recovered money from his car. Anybody could have planted. That's how he will also argue. Ankit Tiwari would say, okay, someone planted that money to me. So there is a case that is pending saying that there are, in a previous occasion, this guy had collected money. Ankit Tiwari is in the ED for about 7 or 8 years, if I'm not wrong. So he may not be able to take a case file and then say, hey, here is a case file. Can you give me a money? So that's going to be very difficult for him to, because he doesn't have a jurisdiction or power to quash any case or delay the case. So I don't think he would have he would have done that. But still, if he had taken a bribe, he needs to be punished absolutely. But does Tamil Nadu police have jurisdiction on him? Definitely not. They have the power to arrest. They need to inform CBI immediately. Otherwise, the arrest itself should have happened, collaborating with CBI. But since if there is a limited time available, window is now short to inform CBI representative to be part of the arrest, then DVSC can go and arrest it. But they need to hand over the case to CBI, because between CBI and Tamil Nadu police, whose jurisdiction, because depending on the case, whichever, if the case is pertaining to something happened in crime happened in Tamil Nadu, then police will argue for a investigation power on that. Otherwise, it will be transferred to CBI. But it is a tit for tat. Oh, you stormed my chief's, chief, water resource department. You came to my, officers, and you raided my ministers. Oh, ED, look, I'm more powerful. This is the tit for tat action by Tamil Nadu government. They are going to face the tune very, very strongly. You remember, we all know what happened when Senthil Balaji's brother, beaten up the income tax official. The entire income tax department came very strong on them. So you can't do that. But if there's a real case, if Tamil Nadu police can prove that case, then that person must be culpable and of the crime. But that doesn't mean that ED's actions are all tainted, because court has upheld most of the ED's actions. So you can't say that, okay, ED is taking these actions on Tamil Nadu government because it is a tainted agency. You can't actually go to that conclusion. Okay, that is what DMK government is trying to prove.
Thank you so much, Sriram ji. And that brings us to a close of today's program. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar. And Sriram ji will be back next Friday at 8 p.m. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.